this video, I am going to be unlocking every character in LEGO Batman, the OG video game. Not 2, not 3, the OG LEGO Batman game. So, first bit of order of business, of shizness, is that at this current stage in time, I have not unlocked every character. I've unlocked nearly all the characters besides one, which I'm gonna actually buy in this video. So there still is quite a few bits of data that we have to buy. So once we buy all of these, then the character should unlock. So let's go ahead and see if that happens. If not, I'll be very, very worried. But this is what everyone says you have to do. So last bit of data. Yep. And automatically it goes from red to green. This bit of data is 4 billion studs! I can't even afford that! Okay, we've got a bit of work to do then, still. Right, well, luckily enough, I do have the score multipliers, so we can multiply that by, like, what, 3,840. So, if we get around the back cave, we should bring that up to... Yeah, okay, that was actually very easy with the multipliers, yeah. So we can finally unlock that last piece of data for 4 billion studs. The most expensive thing I've ever seen in any LEGO game ever. But when we do this, we will get the last character. When I go back to the characters purchasables, we should be able to buy him. Now, what is this secret, expensive bit of data all about? Is that all it says? Just the end? Wow. The end with a question mark though, and that probably is to hint at the future LEGO Batman games to come. They probably knew that, you know, I mean, it's the end for now, but it's not the end overall because we will be back with LEGO Batman 2. So that's why the question mark's there. Alright then, let's go to characters, and the last character should be ready to be bought. And he goes by the name of, yep, there he is, Ra's al Ghul. Only for 500k. I was kind of... Oh yeah, but I've got no more studs now. Oh god, gotta get more. But I thought he would be more expensive than that, I'll be honest. Now the question is, how long will it take to get to 500k? Well, there's 100... Already over 2 million. So yeah, again, not too much effort needed to get the remaining studs to buy him. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. Ra's al Ghul has been purchased. The rarest and the most badass character in LEGO Batman. I will go into a level to see what he's like because he is like the final guy, the final boss. What is so special about Ra's al Ghul? Okay, so back to the characters. Let's go over each and every single one of them. The good thing about this video is that it's not going to take an hour like the LEGO Batman 3 one to go over them. So Batman, of course, the classic. Robin, the classic. Okay, we can't select him because that's our second player selected as Robin. So they are obviously the main guys, you know, we all know this. But then we get Bruce Wayne, so obviously Batman's normal self. Looks a bit different in this game to the updated LEGO games. I think he looks a bit more simple in this game. And yes, I know that in my LEGO Batman 3 video, I called Superman Bruce Wayne. Look, alright, potato patata, tomato tomato, crusader crusader. Then we have Alfred, who you never actually see in the game. He's always walking about the Batcave, but you never use him. He wasn't involved in the story. Then we have Batgirl, who is just the yin to Batman's yang. Yes. But then we have Nightwing, who I guess is Robin's alter ego. I don't know if he's like... I don't understand this because I swear in Gotham Knights, they're like 2 different people. You know, I always thought this was just Robin with his darker side, but I don't know. Is it like Robin's twin? Tim Snake? Then we have Commissioner Gordon, who is a very iconic character in this universe. Then we have the police officer, just one of the guys you'll be fighting if you're playing the villain story. So, you know, it's cool to have him if you want to do a bit of role play, you know, be the cop, going out there into the free play levels and pew pew all the guys. Then we have a fishmonger. I mean, you know, we all need fish. It's very good for the brain, fish. So if you ever are in need of some fish, then he is there to supply your needs. I don't know how well he'll do in combat, but he seems like an alright guy. Then we have a military policeman, a bit more tough, you know, a bit more gritty. You know, he's got the helmet on, he'll be a tougher force to be reckoned with than just a standard police officer. Then we have the security guard, very close glasses, I must say. His eyes seem very close together, and so are the glasses. But you know, that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Sometimes people's eyes are very far away, sometimes people's eyes are very close together, and then a lot of the time, you know, they're kind of at a medium length. Who decides that, by the way? Like, I'm not gonna lie, see the whole conceiving babies thing? It's a bit mad. Like, you know, you do your thing, you just pump some fluids into your partner, and all of a sudden, you know, you create a human. Like, what is that? How is that possible? Then we have the SWAT team member. Again, very, very tough force to be reckoned with there, the SWAT team. You know, they always are attacking Twitch streamers and whatnot. So, Aiden Ross, he's had a few run-ins with the SWAT team. They're pretty tough. Scientist, I don't know where he's from. Maybe the Poison Ivy level, that was very scientific. Yeah, the Sailor, he is from the Penguin levels when you're right there. On the docks, yeah, I remember him. The Police Marksman. Now, marksman, or that word is used with snipers, right? They are the marksmen. They do not miss. But are there snipers in this game? No. Clayface, our first villain. He is the first guy that you gotta take down in the story. So you'll see that in my achievement hunting video for this game. And he is a very, very cool villain. I've not seen what he looks like, you know, I was gonna say in real life, but it's still not real life, but like as an actual form that's not Lego. You know, like what does he actually look like in the movies or whatever? I don't know what movies he's in, but Mr. Freeze, very iconic villain. And I always love playing as him because he can just freeze up enemies, turn them into big bricks and all. And it's a lot of fun. I think you fight him in Batman Arkham City as well, if I remember correctly. You've got to play those games for the achievements, even if it is nearly impossible. Poison Ivy, who is a very, very fun character for me because she has a double jump. She can, you know, blow kisses to just persuade people to do whatever she wants them to do. She just has like just so much Two-Face, who again is a very iconic villain. I saw him in The Dark Knight. I think that was a movie where he actually became Two-Face. It was some sort of fire or something. That is the only Batman movie I've seen, by the way. I made a reaction video to it, but it never got released due to copyright. But I think that was that movie where he you know, got burned in a bad way, and unfortunately became a villain because he was upset about his looks. But he made his looks into an iconic thing, so fair play to him. You gotta respect it. The Riddler. Yes, the Riddler. Very, very iconic villain once again. Then we have Bane, who is very, very strong. You know, he can pick people up, snap their backs over his knees. So he is fun to play as, you know, very, like, just a brawler, you know, just a scary, tough, jacked guy. Catwoman, who, you know what, she's one of my favourite villains as well. I would say my favourite villain is probably, out of this game, probably Harley Quinn, which we'll get to in a bit, but Catwoman as well is very, very good. And you also get another version of Catwoman, the classic version. I guess this is from her 1966 days, back in those comics. Has anyone read those comics, by the way? Because I've never even, like, thought to read comics, but there's so much story within comics. It's not all about screens and movies and TV shows. It's about reading. That's the OG way of these superhero stories. Then we have Killer Croc, who is very, very different in this game because in Lego Batman 3, he is massive, right? But I guess back then, they didn't even have big figures. That just isn't a thing in this game, so that was a later discovery for the developers. So Killer Croc is just a normal-sized character in this game, but he is very cool, very strong, and he can go through swampy waters, so what's not to love? Man-Bat. And I do remember seeing him in Lego Batman 3 and thinking he looked familiar, and I was like, was he in the first game? Because I remember playing the first game and I think I might have seen him, but I can't remember. And then going back to actually play this first game, we saw him and we fought him, and it was great. Absolutely fantastic. I don't know where he has come from. Like, I have not seen him again in like a real life kind of sense, but he's cool. He's very cool. The Penguin, who is just I mean, he's the Penguin, you know. He is one of the top guys on this roster and in the Batman universe. And he is very, very useful as well because he has his penguin bombs he can deploy and blow stuff up with. You can glide with his umbrella. So he is one of the most reoccurring characters for me. I was always, you know, picking him as the guy for free play. Then we have Harley Quinn, who I said was one of my favourite villains. She had a big part to play in the story alongside the Joker. Got a great double jump where she can front flip, she can do her wee backflip things. You know, yeah. The Scarecrow, who, you know what, I haven't used too much in this game. You can use him to scare enemies, which is quite cool, and you can also, you know, control people to open doors and stuff just by scaring them. He just is that terrifying. Then we have Killer Moth, who is probably the least scary villain because I have came across a lot of moths in my days, alright? And I have smacked them! They're flying through the sky and I just, ice! No problem. So moths, to me, are not scary. The Mad Hatter is anything but innocent. Mind controlling people to do whatever he wants. That's a very scary power to have, mind you. Imagine you're in the shops and you just mind control the cashier to take out the money and give it to you, right? Daylight robbery. But it's not really a robbery because they gave the money to you. No one's going to know that you're controlling their mind, right? They're going to be like, oh, that must be the cash and carry guy to take the money. But you're just robbing him. But he doesn't know it. Because he's over here. Then, of course, we have the Joker, who, without a doubt, is the most iconic villain out of this whole series. And probably out of every superhero thing ever. You know, when it comes to DC, at least, he is the main villain. When it comes to DC and Marvel, who is that ultimate villain? Is it still the Joker? Or is it like Thanos, if we're talking about Marvel? I don't know. Then we have the tropical version of the Joker. You know, even the Joker likes to take a summer holiday. He gets the wee sombrero on, and he goes out and chills out in the sun. You know, gets a tan. Well, tries to get a tan, but he's just naturally very pale. You don't leave the poor guy alone. And then we have the Poison Ivy Goon. I think we're definitely under the section where it's just goons and bad guys that you come across. So the Poison Ivy Goon, you know, just one of her acolytes. Never gonna play as him, not gonna lie. The Zoo Sweeper. I mean, that would be fun to play as, just a normal guy. He does have a sweeper though that you could just crack someone over the head with. So I wouldn't be surprised if he was an underdog in this game. You could probably take out a lot of bad guys with that broom of his. The Freeze Girl, which is just Mr. Freeze's, you know, what's the word for this? Like, Mr. Freeze's companions, right? One of his companions, yes. And then the Yeti, which is a companion of who? Is that a companion or is that like a... Because he looks scary. He looks like a bigger deal than just a goon or a bad guy, you know? Like, the Riddler Goon, who is a very, very common character in this game. You see a lot of them roaming the streets trying to cause trouble. Terrible, terrible. The Riddler Henchman, who I would say they're a bit more tougher than the Riddler Goon, you know? Having that title of Henchman is better than having the title of Goon, right? You don't want to be someone's goon. You want to be someone's henchman. The Penguin Goon, who literally is the Riddler Goon, but in a blue shirt. Like, the variety for this game, again, is not great, but that's what I love about it, you know? Simplicity is sometimes quite nice. And, of course, we have a better version of the Penguin's bad guys, because there is a Penguin henchman as well, who has that stubble beard going on. And then, what is that on his head? Like a toil or something? Penguin Minion. You know what? We gotta take a look at the Penguin Minion, because that's weird. That's like the one character that is not a normal size. That literally is like, it's like this. Running around with a wee gun going pew pew. Then we have the Joker Goon, who again, it's the same sort of thing, but this time in a purple shirt to represent that purple Joker style. The Joker Henchman, who is a bit more colourful, and he's got the Joker makeup, a nice wee hat going on, looking a bit like Professor Quirrell from Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Troll! Troll in the danger! The Clown Goon, who I guess is again a part of the Joker's world, but he's got 3 companions. So he is the Joker though, so you can allow it, right? Then we have Hush, who is also kind of like Ra's al Ghul. You know, you gotta do a lot to actually get him. I think you've gotta get all the mini kits, all the red bricks, like do all the collectibles, and then you can buy him, so he's not an easy one to get a hold of, so I will use Hush as well for a showcase. And then last but not least, it's Raz Al Ghul that we've already talked about. So that's it for the roster. We have custom characters there. Right, so yeah, look at the size difference between him and Robin. It's just like, he's the same size as the penguin bombs that you send out, but he's better than just a penguin bomb because he has a gun. And what does a gun do? It kills people, so that is very, very useful. Yeah. Right then, back to free play, and we're gonna check out Hush, who I'm very, very intrigued about, since he was very, very hard to get. You know, he must have something special about him. Look at him! Oh! Look at that gear! Oh, he's doing the shh. Is that his whole gimmick? Telling people to hush? Alright then, here we are. Is he any bigger than Robin? About the same size. Let's see his fighting. Oh, he's got some quick movements. And he's got the double pistols. Okay, what if I hold B on someone? Come on, pick him up. Pick him up! He can't pick! What's terrible? Alrighty, boys and girls, so the last character of Lego Batman is going to be Raz Al Ghul, the hardest character to get in the entire game. Do not let me down, Raz Al Ghul! You gotta be good. Oh! Is he some sort of martial artist? He's got the bamboo sticks in hand. Double trouble Darth Maul coming through. Alright, here we go. Let's start attacking with these. Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah! That's so cool. Does he have a... Okay, no double jump, but he does a pretty cool dive. Oh! And he, like, bounces up after. Look at that. Oh! Right, please tell me you can grab. Oh! Oh, he can! Look at that! Got him by the neck. Like a pair of chopsticks. And then throw him. Oh! Slams him into the canvas. What about X? Oh! Throws him up and then just gives him a boot. Hey! Get off me! But that is going to be it for every character in Lego Batman. Raz Al Ghul is the last one you get, and he is absolutely the coolest. So yes, I have enjoyed this game to the max. Again, if you want to see that video where I just do everything that there is to do in the game, then it's in that description. Do not forget it. So I hope you've all enjoyed this one. Drop a like if you did, subscribe if you're new. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.